that might help to kind of pull us out of this sort of current situation we're in, where I feel like we're sort of just like constantly like pedaling, trying to like keep up. I've never really spoken much about small business debt on here.
Hello everybody, it's another alleyway update. I find it easy to record these just after I've left my daughter. I walk with her to school. She doesn't need me to, it's just a nice way for me to be able to spend time with her before she heads off for the day. So, I just got attacked by a branch as somebody was walking past me. So I'm going, ah, tree! Brilliant. Anyway, been tired today. I think it must be that point in my cycle where I'm having the lethargy, and I'm finding it very hard to move my body, but I am doing it regardless. So put the video up yesterday and I gained like 5-6 patrons, so thank you very much for that. That's really kind, and I now have 2 paid patrons and over 50 members, so that's brilliant. It's really nice to feel like I'm building this community. My dream, my far off lofty dream, is that one day in the far distant future I might be able to organise a retreat for small business owners where we all come and stay and we eat and we talk and we learn, and that would be my like far off dream, you know, along with owning a stationery shop. Right, on the road now, it's going to be too noisy.
I have this terrible habit of jumping straight into the vlog and forgetting that some people may be new here and have no idea who I am. My name is Chiara. I am a small business owner. I have been running my company Hubinu for 13 years now. We make predominantly pet tags with our own unique dog illustrations on them, and also gifts for pet owners as well. This YouTube channel started 6 months ago when we were in the process of moving our business out of the industrial unit that we had been in for the past 8 years to back home where we started. We also had an employee who has now left the company, which was very sad for us because she was like family, but unfortunately it's just not viable at the moment with the way that things are for us to have somebody else working for us. And we are in the process of evolving the business to include products that help you to make time for yourself.
Okay. So we've got this week, and then we've got next week, and next week we're off to Stationery Fest. This is the last week of term for my kids, so next week the kids will be off as well. Luckily they are old enough to kind of amuse themselves, and hopefully they'll help us out as well. I do really want to get the stickers ordered this week. I also need to order leaflets, a banner, a self-inking stamp, because we're going to be part of the stamp rally as well. And then I also want to plan out my table display to figure out if I've got enough stock. Some other things arrived over the weekend, which I'll show you later. And these arrived the other week actually, and I haven't got them all up on the website yet. So these are all like stickers. So I need to figure out a way to display these, but we've got things like little cereal stickers. We've got these cute like little sticky note things. We've got things like these adorable like little mini series of bread stickers. We've got like little hearts. So we've got all of these like different, you know, different sticker sets. I need to finish getting these up on the website, and obviously I want to plan out how my display is going to look for Stationery Fest. So my plan is, because we're in the corner and we're sort of, I think, at the back, I want people that want to find us to be able to see us. So my plan is to sort of maybe like build up with those square shaped metal grids, and then potentially have cut out our name in acrylic and have it across the top. And then we've got matches my top. So this is the yellow fringe banner. I went for kind of like a pastel yellow because this is actually the perfect colour to match our logo. So that's going to be behind us on the boards. I need to get some Velcro tape so I can attach it. I might go and get some yellow t-shirts from Primark to put our logo on the front as well. I did that last year when we did an event. I just bought yellow hoodies and then I just vinyled the logo on there. So there's quite a lot to do. I also have other like normal, sorry, why am I apologising to you? I also have normal business admin tasks that I need to do. So every 3 months I have to do the VAT return, and it runs from like January to March and then from April to June. So I have to submit the VAT return as well. So my plan for today, to kind of get on top of the orders. At some point during this vlog, I'm going to update you on how we did with last week's figures once I've worked it out myself. And then we will see what time I have left. I'm going to try to be focused today and not to get distracted and just crack on with stuff.
Hubert! Hubert! No, not this way, Hubert. You need to go home and charge yourself.
What if it can't get back?
It will. I mean, I don't know, actually. It's never happened. Go on, Hubert. Go home so you can charge. We need to get this thing some googly eyes. It's like having a toddler. It feels like a pet. It's almost weird. Like, I hear it come out and start doing its thing, and it's like you've got an animal in the house.
So in my bid to cut costs, I am in the process of backing up all of our Dropbox files. So we use Dropbox before we were using Dropbox Teams, but it costs about £400 a year, which obviously is a lot of money. Now that we don't have Phoebe anymore, I can move to an individual plan, which is an awful lot cheaper. It's about £16 a month. But to do that, you have to cancel your account and then move to an individual plan. I'm terrified about losing all our files because my entire business is in the Dropbox. So I'm in the process of backing everything up onto a hard drive. You know, all I wanted to do when I was a kid was have my own business. So I don't know how many how many other small business owners feel like this, but when I was little, I had a little petite post office and a little petite office, and I would play with those with my cousins all the time. So I'd run the little post office, I'd run the little office. I would bring all my toys down from my bedroom and make like a shop in my living room, and then my mum would be the customer. So I've always liked to read books about people that have opened shops or run businesses, and I like to watch films about people that run businesses. So I think this is inside me. But obviously now the difficulty is, so obviously before we grew the business and we employed people who could do other elements of the job for us so that I could concentrate on the bits that I really liked, which is like the running of the business. I'll be honest and say that I think in the last 5 or so years, my ability to concentrate and the procrastination has got so much worse, which is why I'm having an assessment for ADHD. It's always been there, but I really feel like it's actually had a detrimental effect on the running of my business in the last so many years. And whether that's because I, lost my purpose or lost my way, and I am feeling a little bit more, well, quite a bit more actually, inspired now. I'm excited about the stationery. I love like choosing things that I think people are going to like. It's obviously a delicate balance of how much to buy. But just like the day-to-day, like organising the orders, figuring out what's got to go out, I love doing all of that stuff. So I'm hoping I get to continue to do this for a long time more. It would be nice if that was the case. Anyway, right, carrying on now. Yeah, yesterday was not really a great day. Lots of stress, lots of worry. I had an unexpected letter from HMRC saying that I hadn't paid something and something was overdue, but I have a direct debit set up. So I was like, well, it should have come out automatically. This is the PAYE. So because we have a PAYE scheme and because David and I are employees of the company, we receive our wages. It comes as like a proper pay slip, and then any national insurance, tax deductions, anything like that is taken automatically. And then the company has to pay the government the national insurance and tax contributions. So it's supposed to come out automatically every 3 months, but for some reason, I don't know why, it hadn't. So I got a rather unexpected letter sort of telling me, oh, you haven't paid this is overdue, which was quite stressful. I get quite stressed about things like that. So then I was on the phone to HMRC for ages. They weren't much help. And it was just a horrible, stressful day. I think probably hormone coinciding. The last couple of weeks, like last week, you know, loads of hospital appointments, A&E trip, you know, with my son. It's just been a lot of stress. So I think that all kind of just culminated yesterday, and it just was all not great. Today has been better. I think we worked really hard yesterday to try and get all of the artwork done. I've got a tiny little bit to do now that I'm making, and then we should be ready for the postman. What time is it? It's like 1:45, so we should be fine for the postman today, and the majority of everything is done, and David is working on the artwork now for the stuff that's got to go out tomorrow. So yeah, so today's been a little bit better. I'm still trying to find that happy medium of how to juggle everything, because obviously there are other things that I need to be doing that aren't just making stuff, and I worry that because I'm not having the time to work on the business, I'm not, like, say, coming up with good new ideas that might help to kind of pull us out of this sort of current situation we're in, where I feel like we're sort of just like constantly like pedaling, trying to like keep up. So it's just a bit, you know, it's a bit hard at the moment. So I made the decision not to order a banner to go over the table. It was going to cost £37. And when I thought about it, and I thought, is this really necessary? Do I really need it? I kind of want to have something up above the table if I can. So I decided not to order it. I do still need to order leaflets. I do still need to order the stickers. And I need to plan out my table. I really do kind of need to do that by the end of this week to avoid stress. So that's kind of where we're at the moment today. Quite a busy day today. I've got Emily Harvey's Patron accountability call at 12, which I'm really excited for. I can't actually remember what I said the last time. So every quarter we do these calls and we say what we want to achieve in the next 3 months, and then we have the accountability call and we discuss whether or not we managed to achieve that goal. So I think my goal for the next 3 months is going to be to really seriously tackle Pinterest, because I think that's going to put us in a good position for Christmas. That's my hope anyway. So I still need to go through and work out final figures for last week. I think we were about £50 off of our target, which, to be honest, is really not bad. This week it has been quieter. I haven't actually sat down and worked it out, so I'm not sure. My perception is that it feels quieter. I haven't been doing as many lives. I've been a bit exhausted, to be honest, sort of like physically and mentally exhausted. So I haven't been doing as many lives. And in a way, I kind of don't want to be reliant on having to constantly be on in order to drive traffic. So I do need to think about some other ways that I can drive traffic without me needing to be constantly there. So perhaps Pinterest, maybe some TikTok ads. I'm still sort of toying with the idea. So there's lots of things that I have in my head that I want to do. I have got a lot of Stationery Fest prep still to do. We're part of the stamp rally, so I need to order a stamp. I need to order some leaflets. I decided not to order the banner. So yeah, they're pretty on their game actually. The company that I was going to go with, Banner Buzz,
They actually called me yesterday to ask why I hadn't like completed the checkout, which I thought was like, that's some pretty aggressive marketing right there. We send an email to say like, oh, you know, you left something in your basket, or you didn't check out, you know, was this a mistake? But I don't call people up and go, why did you not order a pet tag? But yeah, so accountability call at 12. Then my daughter's doing a performance this evening with her school, and then I'm supposed to be going to see The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe with my son. It's all pretty close together, so I'm kind of hoping today as not so much making and more like getting those bits wrapped up that I need to do, which is why I'm in here pretty early. It's like 9. I'm finishing pressing some of the stuff from yesterday. We were pretty on it yesterday, I have to say. David worked really hard. That's why you haven't seen much of him. He was in the living room, you know, sort of like cracking on with stuff on the computer. That's the plan for today. I've got other bits I need to do. I need to make another sign for another small business. And then, yeah, I need to really kind of focus on those. I need to sort out my table display. I'm worrying about it now. Like, how am I going to display everything? How am I going to get all the products on the page? Do I need to cut something out? Like, I've got some really nice, like quite thick ply here, and I'm wondering, can I make some sort of a table display? It's all in my head and I need to kind of get it out. Oh, who's it? I feel like we've got a new pet, not a robot Hoover. Right, okay. You can't come in here, sorry. Goodness sake, every day, why? How am I supposed to get this out? I can't see you, David, because the light is right behind you. So we've rewarded ourselves with our hard work today by coming out in the middle of the day to have dinner at our favourite place.
Dinner
Dinner at lunchtime.
I just want to say how grateful I am that I've been given this chance for YouTube to follow me as I take 10-15 minutes of downtime in the week. I'm really enthusiastic about sharing this precious few moments of time with the thousands of you fans out there.
Hey, I wanted to ask you a question. Somebody said that you should have your own merch. What do you think?
Merch like what?
Like, I think you should have a t-shirt with a picture of you and I'm just Dale.
That's amazing. Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Same way I feel about everything. Do you know how I feel like my entire life? I don't know if anyone's seen The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling in it, but you know that small...
Oh my god, I love that film.
You know that small period of time where he's really miserable at the beginning? That's like me, but for the long haul. Yeah, that expression.
So I'm just heading to a network event in the next town over. This local group have put it together for local small businesses. So it's a good way to get out of the house, meet other people. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that. And then don't have anything to send today, or we're not sending today, I'm not sure. But the plan is to crack on with Stationery Fest stuff.
Right, back in the office now. I've been a very lazy vlogger this week. I am sorry. I haven't used the microphone or anything really. And as you may have noticed, David hasn't been in this week's vlog very much. He's not been feeling great this week. So I am back from the networking thing, which was nice. It was nice to meet other people. And I am now full on trying to concentrate on stuff for Stationery Fest. So I am in the process of ordering a self-inking stamp because we're going to be part of the stamp rally. I am in the process of ordering some stickers to go on our goodie bag donation, which I also need to send off pretty soon, I'm sure. Looking back at last week, we actually did okay. So I started to tell you how we done for the week. So Friday we did £219.42, Saturday we did £309.98, and Sunday £192.63. So for the whole week we did £1,778.33. So that hit my target of £1,750. So that's great. It is making me feel better to look at it on a kind of like a daily basis, I have to say. This week, obviously it's Thursday today, haven't looked at yesterday yet, but we did £379.97 on Monday, so that's really good, off to a good start. £106.09 on Tuesday, so obviously quite a bit down. At the moment the 2 days kind of balancing themselves out, so I felt like yesterday was very quiet. I need to look at it. We've got this sale on, but we're in that horrible part of the month where people are waiting to get paid and they've run out of money. So it's always quiet in this week. I have been doing some custom signs for people on the laser machine, and that's really nice to be doing some custom work and something a bit different. But at the moment I'm kind of using this quiet time to do the Stationery Fest prep, and also just to like rest a little bit and take some time, even if it's just a couple of hours out of the day. I think if I'm honest, I'm feeling a bit disheartened at the moment, or a bit like the pressure. Like I've got the wage bill to pay next week again, I've got VAT coming out soon, and that is always a bit depressing when you look in your bank account and you're in the overdraft again. I've never really spoken much about small business debt on here. Up until very recently, we had no overdraft facility, we had no business credit card, and we always had money in the bank. And then it's been in the last, I would say, 2 years, probably since the cost of living crisis first started, we have an overdraft facility now. It was £10,000. It's now been reduced to £3,500. We don't use that very much, thankfully, or we haven't been using it very much, but we've started to dip into it again a little bit recently. And then we now have a company credit card, and that is how I have been buying a lot of the products that we sell, and that makes me very uncomfortable because there's currently £5,000 on the company credit card, and obviously that means we're paying interest every month, and the interest is about £100, which obviously is another expense that I'm paying that's quite substantial. But it is very difficult for me to get that amount down, because every time I need to order more product, I'm having to put it on the credit card, and then I don't have the cash flow to pay it off, so I'm just making the minimum payments every time. So yeah, it's a bit I know obviously lots of companies do use credit facilities, they use overdrafts, they use credit cards, that's perfectly normal, but we have never had to. So it's just another sort of indication that things aren't going as well. But I'm trying to just focus on the positives. So we do have orders coming in. There are still things that we can do to try to get more orders coming in. So things like our SEO, which David is working on, and Pinterest, which I want to start working on, and then potentially ads and things again. I'm always a bit wary of ads because they take a long time to sort of set up, and also you have to pitch them right, or else you can be basically throwing money down the toilet, and I can't afford to do that at the moment. I'm going to do some unboxing stuff for you. So I want to show you some of the other stuff that we've got for Stationery Fest, and I need to start planning my table as well. I think that's going to be a weekend job. Weirdly, I get more brain space over the weekend because I'm not in the business. So, but we'll see how it goes. I'm just proving that I haven't, like, you know, suffocated you in frustration or something. Now that we've been working together for such a long time.
She's supplied me with wine, and I'm working on a sofa.
Yes. See, it's helping, isn't it?
Down there, I've got a treadmill. So what I do is I run and drink water to stay hydrated. Then I drink, so I'm just a little bit ratted. Then I drink more water. Then I run again, but a little bit sideways, and then I fall off.
Okay. Back to
Thanks
work
for your
now.
time and attention.
Back to work now.
Yeah.
You.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I take it a couple of seconds off?
You did. None of
Yeah.
that.
I
Crack
thought
on.
the pain went away.
Yeah, I
Just
need to
carry
borrow.
on.
I need the laptop anyway.
You're not having it.
I need it.
Not fucking working.
So this is one of those classic vlogging disasters where I recorded this whole segment and have realised now that I'm editing that my mic wasn't working. And unfortunately, my abilities to lip read are not that great. And as this was more than, 5 minutes ago, I can't actually remember what it is that I was saying. So I'm going to do my best to salvage this clip because I really don't want to record it again. And my table is now full of all of the stuff that I'm taking to Stationery Fest. Anyway, so I was explaining that I had received this box. It was one of the last stationery items to arrive. I think I've got one more order to come for Stationery Fest, and that I had placed a couple of orders with some sort of distributors that wholesale Japanese stationery, but mostly I've been using Fair to place my orders, and I've been ordering from other small independent companies. We also sell on Fair, but I'd never actually ordered from them, and I was quite surprised at what a great experience it was. We also sell with Anchor Store, and I might also try to order from them again, from them as well. But I've been really happy with Fair, and I found this company through Fair because I wanted to have a selection of sticky notes to take with us to the show. And these ones, I just really love them. So I placed this order, and I had said to her, is there any chance that this can arrive sooner? Because originally the estimated delivery date was going to be Friday, and we leave on Friday. And she was really accommodating and said, absolutely, I can send this out to you super fast. And she even addressed it to the amazing chiarastone, which I particularly enjoyed. So here we go. We're going to get into it now, and I'm going to show you the various different things that I bought. So I ordered a number of different designs of sticky pads. I went with this one, the Bumblebee, which was listed as a bestseller. So I got a few of those. I really liked that design. I ordered some of these adorable froggies in raincoats. Again, this was listed as a bestseller, so I ordered a few more of those. And I know frogs are pretty popular at the moment. And then koalas, because I just love koala bears. Mushrooms, because again, love mushrooms. Really cute mushroom design. These ones are boba tea, and there's also some bear ones in there as well. What I love about these is you can use them in your either as sticky pads on your desk for notes and things, or you can put them in your bullet journal as well with like little extra accents on just to add a little bit of extra dimension. I think that's a nice way to sort of make your bullet journals look a little bit more, snazzy. So I also ordered these big to-do list because it had this adorable bear design on. I liked the fact that it had a sort of like a long checklist, and then it had a little box for that day's priorities, stuff for tomorrow, and then a little notes section. And that was what I got. So the best way for me to decide how I'm going to display all of these products was for me to lay out on the table every single stationery item that we have to sell at Stationery Fest. I wanted to put together some of the items that had hanging tabs to decide whether or not I could make some sort of a display with hooks that I could hang them on. I do have the wire square grids, so I could build those up quite tall on the table and hang things from them. But I think as once I started to get all the stickers out, and I think ideally people want to be able to see all the different types of stickers we have at a glance rather than have them in a box that they can flip through. And when I started to get the stickers out, I realised just how many different variants of design I had. So that is a little bit concerning as to how I can display these on a 6-foot table. I could try and cut something out on the laser, but that obviously is going to take time and I need a file to use. So I then went and brought out all of the notebooks and everything else. Now again, I want people to be able to sort of see these face on as they approach the table, and I don't want the display to be too overwhelming. I think a nice sort of like clean display where you can see everything as you approach is probably best. So I think now that I've got it all out, I now need to try and decide how I'm going to display the things. I haven't got all the washi tape out because I didn't want to get it all off the shelf, but now I've seen it all, I am feeling a bit overwhelmed. So my lovely friend Becca from Rebel Jones asked if I would make her an acrylic sign. I was only too happy to oblige. I've made a few of these now for small businesses. The price is dependent really on how complicated the logo is, how many different acrylic layers there are. This one wasn't too complicated. It was quite nice and easy to do. But if you're interested, then get in touch.